Cool.
I got the honor to try out this demo called Cornerstone, the Song of Tyrim. Tyrim, not Tyrium. I've been watching a lot of Game of Thrones. I had to like binge the last 4 episodes, so I've been Tyrians in my head.
Yeah, I am so behind.
You gotta watch it. It's insane right now. So the Song of Tyrim. This is like that game. The best way to describe for me playing this game, and like I spent about a total of like a solid 6 hours just because it was a demo. It was short. I ran through it twice, and for me it was like the little game that could but just couldn't quite make it. And it had a lot of likings to certain games from back in the day. So let me just start. So Tyrim is about this little kid who takes place. He's a Viking, and the story is you're on the island of, I want to say, Algebra. I believe this is in there if I remember correctly.
I feel like you're making all this up.
No.
Yeah, you on a place called
Algebra. No, I think it's like Alba or Algebra. There's a J in there somewhere.
Alba, run by this Queen Jessica.
What?
No.
Jessica Drew?
I mean, I'll give that a B-. I think
it was a reach.
I
apologize.
I appreciate it, though. It's funny.
Rating.
Very kind.
Yeah. I hope
So,
it's all right. I'm sorry, everyone.
No, it's all right. So long story short, you play this little Viking child, and all the men of the village have gone raiding. So it's just you, I guess the women and the children, because I didn't really see any women and children for a while. So I just thought he ran this island by himself. And his brother, who helps you pretty much navigate the game. He teaches you how to navigate through the game. That's the way you see his brother initially introduced. And he realizes for a long time that like he just it just picks up where it picks up right away. The story is what it is. Guys are gone. They're on raiding. He realizes they're gone too long, so he wants to go out and look for them. So this is his goal. Like he basically decides to go looking for the Viking warriors because he feels like something's wrong, or it's either something's wrong or he's missing them. So because the whole overall story itself is kind of like a little light, and it could have used a little bit more work. But so it's a platformer. It's like your classic Wind Waker, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask type of platformer. It tried so much to be a great game, but it just missed certain things. And what I liked about the game was that it was like, for me as a gamer for a long time, N64 gamer, it was like an ode to that 90s generation of platformers game. It was like, all right, this is...
You talking about play style? You talking about actual aesthetics?
Play style and aesthetics.
Really, both?
Yeah. So it was a complete ode to it. You could tell the guy who Ascension Studios coupled with Overflow, it was their nostalgia game for them. I assume that's what they were gearing towards us for a feel and a theme.
Well, in those cases, when it's like a passion project, that can go horribly wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but it felt like just a passion project that just didn't hit the money. And honestly, it was like, after 2 playthroughs, it felt like a bootleg of the Wind Waker. Because here's the part: the demo ended right when I got into the raft, and I was like, oh crap! I thought it was just going to take place on this island. And I'm exploring. So the mechanics basically is you run around, very open world. It's a platformer, so you got most of the terrain was flat, so you can kind of just traverse, roll through, attack, whatever. But there were some places where you had to climb. Certain missions required you to climb up and elevate. The way you did that, you crafted. Okay. So you went around, you grabbed resources.
Okay.
Wood, rocks, rope, and then you would literally, obviously you'd have to upgrade these over time.
Quick question, compared to other crafting games, is there one that comes to mind? Like how, as far as the mechanics go, and like as you're doing that, is there something else that's like, or
you can compare it to?
Yeah.
I wanted to say Minecraft for a hot second, but no.
Okay.
Minecraft was just more of like its own gimmicky thing.
Yeah.
More like Minesweeper.
Still don't know how to play that game.
Still the hardest PC game I ever. Just saying. I don't know. I don't even think I got like past 20 blocks before I blew it. Anyway, so yeah, that was a flashback. So I don't know something to compare. Like I want to say, go ahead, the Wind Waker. I want to compare it to the Wind Waker more because obviously there's a lot of crafting games out there, but the crafting wasn't the only piece because it was all puzzle solving.
Got it.
And what killed me honestly was I like a good story to any platform game of that nature, and the story killed it for me. Like it was dry. The NPCs were very non-engaging. The dialogue repeated itself after a while. The interaction was limited to a certain level. But it was a demo, so I'm not going to shoot it down all the way through. I would love to try to play the full game just to get the full experience. But I think one of the things that I wish I could have got to play was sailing the boat more, because you actually started off as, unlike the Wind Waker, I'm compared to the Wind Waker a lot because it literally was like playing the Wind Waker for me, and I played that game a million freaking times. So I liked how when you finally got to the point where you had to sail, it was a raft, so you have to build this boat up. So that would have probably made me like rate this game a little higher, because in the Wind Waker you just got the boat and the guy talked to you, whatever, and you sailed. This one, you're in the middle of the sea in a freaking flat piece of wood.
I don't know why I'm picturing a mix between Zelda and Castaway.
Yeah. Castaway on the boat.
Well, actually, I was getting that.
He just lacked the volleyball.
Do you have a painted volleyball on the raft with you?
Wilson, I believe. Yeah, Wilson.
That would have been a great mod, though.
Yeah.
Bootleg Wilson. Ragnar Wilson. But, yeah, man, the game, it was ambitious. And it was great. I just, it's been a while since I played a decent platformer.
It didn't sound. I'm not getting great from the description you're giving here,
because I haven't played I haven't played a decent platform in a while. Like I'm old school Pat, man. Like I miss Ocarina of the Time. That game had me sitting in front of the TV for ages.
So good.
I miss games like Final Fantasy. Had me in TV for ages. Games nowadays don't pull me in like they used to. And I feel like the industry is at a pinnacle, is at a point where it's like, I'm hoping it hasn't reached its pinnacle, but it's like I'm waiting for that next game. Just to pull me in, sit me down. All right, I want to take a day off work today so I can actually try and spank this game.
Am I allowed to ask what the last game? Maybe I might have missed it if you're
No, go ahead.
Yeah, just what's the last game that if you were going to give that stamp to? What?
Final Fantasy X.
Are you? That's a while ago.
Yeah, no.
Oh dear.
Before then, it was a game called Peekaboo. It was only for
very limited digital engagement.
I'm kind of an expert at that game.
Was that a platformer?
Single shelf. Just
no,
sorry.
I'm an old school gamer, man. The industry's always it's always going to be an expensive hobby. But it's like nowadays, they're charging you an arm and a leg, season pass, extra money here. And the game is worth crap, and you lose luster after like maybe 30 days. Yeah. Hold me for 6 months, and I'll give you the game of the year. There's been a couple games this year that I've done it, but again, it's just I'm looking for this. It's like almost like a crack addiction. Like, yo, give me that first fix again. I really want it, but this game gave it to me for like 5 minutes. I was like, wow, this is like the Wind Waker. This is great. I can roll. And also you can craft, you can build your armor up. You start off very fledgling. You just got your tarp on, minimal battle armor. And then as the game progresses, you level up. You get the shield. You get the Viking helmet. And I'm assuming you do run in and you finally find the warriors.
It sounds very banal. It sounds like you're anticipating that there was a better game here. Had you been able to get
It started off with ambition. It started off with a lot of promise. And then just as you interacted with the NPCs down the road, you realized that they just didn't quite hit the money. So, like, if you had to give it a number rating, I'd give it like a 7.
Well, actually, 7's fairly decent. It's
It
worth a playthrough.
it's worth a try. You know what I mean? Like, and honestly, if you have like a 5-year-old who's never played a platformer type game, give it to him. He would enjoy it. You know what I mean?
All right. Or someone like Doug.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I can't play video games. To compare, obviously, FF10 is an amazing video game, by the way. Another one of my favorite platformers, Mario 64. How would you compare? Maybe this is off topic, and I do apologize.
Go forward.
As far as getting gripped into a new kind of platformer, I usually would say, as my shoot from the hip, Mario 64, because of all the innovative ways that it brought platforming to the next level. But of course, FF10 had platforming elements. There's a lot of I guess it was role-playing characteristics and leveling up. Could you speak to that for a moment, and how what's sort of your take on that?
As far as the leveling up of the character?
Well, compared to first off, if you have an opinion, strong or negative, against Mario 64, I'd love to hear it. But then also tying something, because FF10 is a long time ago. That is a terrific video game. But there have been some amazing video games. I hope that you agree with me.
I'm also gonna sidestep on that one because I also work, so it's like life slaps me in the face. Like certain games that, what game would you like? What game has wowed you in the last 10 years? I guess if you want to call it that.
10 years. Well, Mario 64 is what, 15?
I don't know.
64 is over 20, man.
About, over 20.
Yeah.
FF10 was PS2.
Okay, if I may throw out an example, Shadow Complex.
Okay. All right.
Okay, if y'all played that, discuss.
Well, I hadn't played that as much. I'm familiar with it, though.
Okay,
I mean, very recently, the game I might throw out, maybe this is taboo to bring up on the show, but Fallout 3.
No,
I don't know.
It's not a platform.
I forgot what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
Fallout 4, yeah,
3,
sorry.
New
4.
Vegas, 4.
was-
I'm intimately familiar with all
Because that was the question I was going to put to you, Dirty D, was like, you played Fallout, man. You love you some Fallout. So that's why I was kind of surprised that you was just like, you know what? You immediately go to Final Fantasy X, and I get that, but I mean, not to mention Fallout. I'm just like, I'm looking for you to give me an answer on that one.
Well,
bro.
no, he's really into like very very pretty models and
Pip-Boy wasn't it?
bouncy jiggly characters.
Well,
You
bouncy
gotta have this.
jiggly is a great term. Yes, I do like bouncy jiggly.
What game is
Both
that?
sides.
It's Final Fantasy 1 through.
No, you're talking about Dead or Alive, the fighting game.
We talked about that a couple shows ago.
Yeah, okay.
man.
Sorry.
Is that the volleyball game?
Never. Sorry.
like your thought,
sorry,
brother.
Got to get up on your Fallout 4 mods. But no, you took it straight to FF, which I know was a
FF is
series,
it's like my passion game. Like I'm just looking for, I respect anything of that magnitude and undertaking. It's huge world games. I'm going off a demo. I would love to try this game in its entirety to see how long it is. And to see what kind of possible side quests and missions if they do have any. But I'm pretty sure just from 2 playthroughs that unless they've gotten enough feedback to change. The NPCs killed it for me a little bit. I wish there was more interaction with those guys. Also, the mechanics were just a little like after a while the glitches started happening. Like he'd roll into a wall, boom, oh great. Swing the sword. Swing the sword wouldn't hit the guy. It'd hit him like a feet away from his head, but he'd still smack him in the head. So but this is like still a build. It's still an early build of the game that I got to play.
It sounds like most of the gripes that came from this are mostly design flaws.
Yeah.
Moderate design flaws that may just be growing pains at this current stage. And also there's too many other games, similarities to other games that are more fleshed out or that just provided a better experience than the one you had immediately here. From what I'm hearing, I'm getting twangs of Portal and twangs of Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
I can see that.
Yeah, you mentioned specifically Wind Waker, but when you're talking about Seafarer,
art style Wind Waker.
Okay, all
art
right.
style was very much. It wasn't cel shaded, but it was definitely in that art style.
Okay, because
The Wind
Black
Waker
Flag
was.
had a lot of the other stuff that you mentioned that apparently, in my opinion, seemed to do right what you think this game may have done wrong, or at the very least may need to
Just missed.
tighten up.
Just probably missed. Just narrow miss. You know
Okay,
what I mean?
so that
the arrow
ball-
just didn't hit the target on dot.
All right,
great.
so-
It's a great try. Great effort. My son would probably, if my son was 5, he'd play it.
Okay,
But my son's 11, so he wants to shoot everything in Call of Duty.
well, that's the age.
So
Like I remember when I just wanted to blast everything in the face.
I remember
Hit
my first
puberty
gun.
and wanted to blast everything in the face.
you just
but,
see me like I'm
with a
trying to get
different
my
gun.
the world is so full of guns and crap. I'm trying to get this kid to like explore different types of game. No, he just wants to play modern warfare games. Like I want the APX 4550 with the freaking super guns and the camo skin. I'm like, dude, go swing a sword. You know what I mean? Play Zelda. That's a great game. Like it's a story. It's deep. It pulls you in. You feel sorry for these characters.
All right,
You and I both know we play enough games where like the story, everything has to come into like a. It's very rare where a game comes to that level of mesh where it's perfect on every end.
Come on, man! You can't get better. Well, we talked about Minesweeper earlier. I mean, that right there is the pinnacle.
I like the story of Minesweeper. Yeah, the character development.
Oh, of course. I mean, man,
Red,
it's
0.
It's the perfect balance of drama, action, comedy, suspense.
Yeah, the casting was excellent.
Terrific.
Cinematography was great.
All right, so what was this called again, man?
Cornerstone Song of Tyrim.
Okay, and it doesn't earn your legit seal of approval, but you wouldn't turn anyone away if they were just curious.
No, I wouldn't try it. It's if you can get the hands on the demo or the full game, which is I would really want to try the full game.
All right, cool. What's it available for?
I'm sorry.
Platforms for the platforms.
Oh, it's PC right now. PC, Mac.
All right.
So depending on what you get.
On Steam or
I'm not sure if you can get it on Steam. I didn't check that, but I'm pretty sure you can get it on Steam. Steam is like universal across the board.
Everything's on Steam now. I get Solitaire on
Pat
Steam.
Pat beat me up and told me to review the game.
I did nothing of the sort.
Punched me in the gut. He was like, you gotta do this now.
Nah, don't listen to this dude. Okay, that is straight propaganda. Before I start getting letters, he walked into a door. didn't you?
Listen, this is not 5 Heartbeats, brother. I will fight back.